You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White sports fans, we're going to be talking about Miami Heat great Dwayne Wade, the former NBA player. I have lost a lot of respect for one Dwayne Wade. As you guys know, Dwayne Wade has a quote-unquote transgender daughter. His son Zion Wade now wants to identify as a woman and be called Zaya. I believe that's the name that Zion now wants to go by. Well, guys, we know that women's sports has been under attack. You're starting to see quite a few biological males go over into female sports and dominate. These women stand no shot at beating biological males. Now, you guys know about the Leah Thomas story. Also, there's the cyclist as well. We did a video about that last week. Emily Bridges went over there and dominated the women. The women stood no shot. And anybody that says that the state should not be passing these laws banning transgender women from competing against real women, they're calling them bigoted. No, they're not. These laws are needed because there is definitely a push out there, definitely an agenda to destroy female sports. That brings us to Dwayne Wade here. Dwayne Wade is a beta, a 100% beta. And I believe that his wife, Gabrielle Union, has a lot to do with all this, folks. I really, really do. Because when Dwayne Wade's son wanted to identify as a female, guess where Dwayne Wade went? He went straight to the cast of Pose, if I'm not mistaken, he said, and they're full of alphabet people. Well, guys, let's go ahead and dive into this. I'm so disappointed in Dwayne Wade. You can see here, Dwayne Wade blasts bills barring transgender athletes from women's sports. Now, Dwayne Wade was a world-class athlete. Dwayne Wade should know that biological men have a bit time advantage over biological females. Folks, we just have more muscle mass. Our DNA structure is different. It's definitely unfair. That's why Leah Thomas actually dominated female swimming. That's why Emily Bridges is dominating the women now. By the way, guys, Emily Bridges is dominating the men because Emily Bridges is a biological man. But people like Dwayne Wade, they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about the physical advantages. Now, Dwayne Wade, why did you actually play in the NBA? Why didn't you actually go to the WNBA? Because Dwayne Wade knows that he has a bit time physical advantage. Folks, there's no doubt about it. The worst player in the NBA would be the best player in the WNBA, and it would not even be close. I don't know exactly who is the worst player in the NBA, but that player would destroy Brittany Griner and also Diana Taurasi. And Diana Taurasi is one of the great female basketball players of all time. She would stand no chance at competing against the worst player in the NBA because there is a physical difference. But let's read some of this, and there is a video here I'm going to play as well. It says here, Dwayne Wade is blasting legislation that bars transgender athletes from competing in girls and women's sports, saying lawmakers should, quote, see how it is to walk through this world as his quote unquote daughter. The former Miami Heat player, whose 15-year-old son, I'm going to call him, came out as transgender in 2019, called bills requiring schools to designate sports teams according to the team members' biological sexes at birth a joke. This is coming from Dwayne Wade. He should know this is not a joke. Let's play this clip, guys, because this is utterly ridiculous. And the reason this came up is because Louisiana now has joined other states that have barred transgender women from competing against biological females in competitive sports. And he called that a joke. Let's listen to this, guys.
I mean, just overnight, Louisiana enacted an anti-trans sports ban. It's not the first state to do so. The governor there called it discriminatory, distressing. And
you notice she called it anti-trans law, when it's actually a pro-women's law to protect them from all of this garbage that's been going on. But let's move on.
I wonder what your reaction is and your message to lawmakers in states where these bans are happening. You know, you guys are going through this in your own family, and yeah. I wonder what you think.
Yeah, to me, it's a joke. I mean, this is our life. We live this.
Dwayne Wade,
so when you're out there making rules, and if you're not experiencing this, if you're not living this, and you're just out there signing away and making laws, that's not right. That's a joke. Like, come and live a day in my world with my daughter. Come and see how it is to walk through this world as her, right? Like I just think like we losing our humane, like we losing the human side of us, and it's as sad as it is, as blessed as my daughter is to have parents who can support her. I'm still afraid every moment she leaves our house, and not just because of gun violence, but because of the way that people perceive her in this world, right? But the way that, you know, the people who's out there making decisions have now tried to, like, I'm like, we ain't got no.
He's about to get into the Florida's parental rights and education law. He doesn't name it by name, but this is what he's talking about.
Time for me to go into it. I really don't.
We got time.
Like, I really don't. It doesn't make sense to me, right? It's like everything that, like, we're in this stage and we're in this world right now where it's like, hey, we get information, we're learning information, social media, like we can find everything we want to know about life, right? It's like our kids can go find all these things, but then it's like, hey, don't talk about this in school. Don't do this in school. Don't do this. Why are we not talking about it? Why are we not educating our kids? Why are we not educating ourselves instead of trying to close the book on it? You can't close the book on what somebody want and how they feel they are. We're not going to close the book on anyone being gay, bisexual, transgender. We can't close the book on that. And that's like, I just don't understand. I personally don't understand, Poppy.
But it also sounds like Dwayne Wade is into indoctrinating children. This is ridiculous, man. So he's going after the parental rights and education law where you can't indoctrinate children in K2 through 3. You can't bring up any topics of sexuality. But it seems like Dwayne Wade wants that to happen. And like I said before, Dwayne Wade, you were a world-class athlete, and there's no doubt about it that your son is going to have your genetics. So let's say that Zion, who wants to identify now as Zaya, says, hey, Dad, I want to play basketball just like you. You mean to tell me that Dwayne Wade is perfectly okay with his biological male son competing against females in high school? Folks, he would wipe out the competition. But for one thing, Zion Wade is a biological male. A biological male with the genes of a world-class athlete like Dwayne Wade. The competition, it would be a farce. It would be so disrespectful to women to allow this to happen. But Dwayne Wade thinks this is a joke, that these laws are actually being passed to protect women's sports. Dwayne Wade, man, you're lost, man. You are 100% lost. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, man, I have no respect whatsoever for Dwayne Wade. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.